Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to pregame tonight. Game between the Speedway Sparkplugs and Shortridge Blue Devils. I'm here with Coach Bennett before the game. Coach, let's since our last game was our road game last Friday night, we usually don't get a chance to talk about those. Let's rehash a little bit and flash back to that game and describe a little bit what happened.
Went on the road, played a very good Tri-West team. I think they're 8-3 now. We executed our game plan really well. First half, I think we were down 1 going into halftime. Came out, went toe-to-toe with them. They had a couple bigger kids that are going to go play some football at Marion University. Ethan Debonet was one of them. He ended up scoring 23 on the night. But all in all, this tells you how even of a game was. We out-rebounded them by 1, which I was pleased with. We only had 8 turnovers, which I'll take any night. They had 17 two-point field goals and 4 threes. We had 16 two-point field goals and 5 threes. Difference was a free throw line. They were 16 of 21, and we were 5 of 10. So we ended up losing 62-52, but no losses are good. But overall, I think our kids went in, battled a tough team on the road. Like I said, they're 8-3, so a very good team and a team that will probably contend for that sectional along with Danville and Frankfurt and Monrovia and all those schools. So not happy with the loss, but happy to see a little bit of progress.
Yeah, Tri-West last 8 or 10 years provided some great competition no matter who they were playing. So we got a game tonight, and we have the Shortridge team coming in. And I think given last year and this year, it's been really, if I were coaching, it'd be really difficult to scout because of the COVID issues, and you're not sure who's playing in certain games. You're not sure who isn't. I went back and looked at some of their statistics, and by my count, they only had 3 or 4 players that have played every game.
Right.
Their schedule, they come in 2-13. But let me tell you about some of the teams they played on their schedule so far. Addicts, Roncalli, Brebeuf, Chittard having a fine season this year. At Lafayette Jeff, Tinley, Bethesda Christian having a really nice team this year. Team comes in, and probably the biggest win they had was Greenwood Christian, and I know a team that got us a little bit earlier. So tell us a little bit about Shortridge tonight, what you know, or what you at least that we can expect.
I would say throw the record out because, as you said, their schedule is very difficult. Our schedule, I think we play a difficult schedule. Theirs is just a little bit more difficult than ours, given some of those teams that you talked about. They'll play as hard as any team we've played. I like to think our kids play harder, but I think it'll be a good battle there. They're very athletic. They are kind of young in some places, but as you said, we've scouted them 3 times, and we've seen 12 different players play. Seen 3 different starting lineups. There's been some games like we went and watched them play last night against Bethesda, and number 1, Ethan Powell, their leading scorer, didn't play. He also didn't play in the city tournament when we went to watch him at Tinley. Number 3 is their point guard, Ethan Martin. He's a freshman, a big, strong kid, very good, but we'd like to think that our Reese Walker will do some damage to him tonight, but we'll see. I get a lot of pressure on him. And then they have 25 Elias Diallo inside. Physical specimen, very good athletic player. I'm looking forward to Jackson Smith going after him a little bit tonight. Looking forward to maybe Ashton Cornelius playing him a little bit, but we'll have to keep him off the boards. But I think it's going to come down to, I know tournament sounds like a far way away, but it's going to come down to, can we execute our half-court offense? We're going to switch defense a little bit, play a little zone, play a little man. Can we get some stops and rebound, and then, like I said, push the basketball but execute our stuff? So I'll be interested to see how we are. I think our kids, again, I know I've said this over and over, had a great week of practice. Was enthusiastic, dialed into the game plan. Coach Buster put all my coaches in charge of different teams, so this is Coach Buster's team tonight, and he's done a great job scouting-wise, and we've all seen him. So looking forward to just watching our kids compete, and I think it's going to be a hard battle, but hopefully afterwards we'll get win number 4.
Yep, you mentioned that a minute ago about the sectional. I know that's down the line. I was looking at your schedule a bit earlier. I think in the next 30 days you have like 9 or 10 ball games, and then plus the tournament on top of that. So kind of got the NBA schedule going.
Well, at the end of the year, I think kids want to play more than they want to practice. So we're practicing every 2 days and playing every 2 days. But I think when you get the week of the sectional too, you play on a Tuesday, 2 practices, play Friday, Saturday. So I think it's good for us to play at this time of the year.
Yep. Well, we'll be looking to talk to you after the game, hopefully a Sparkplug victory. We'll be back in a little bit with the lineups at tonight's game and the play-by-play.
Good evening, basketball fans. I'm Tom Smith along with Ron Probst here at Speedway High School and Pollard Gymnasium for tonight's basketball contest between the varsity teams, the Shortridge Blue Devils and the Speedway Sparkplugs. First, for your starting lineups for Shortridge, they will start 4 juniors and a freshman. Their leading scorer is number 1, Ethan Powell, a 5'11 junior averaging 13 points a game. Ethan Martin, number 3, is a freshman, a 5'9 freshman, averaging 10 points a game. Those are their 2 leading scorers. Also in the starting lineup is Josh Stigger, number 21, a 6-foot junior. At 1 forward is Elias Diallo, number 25, a 6'3 junior. And rounding out the starting lineups for the Shortridge Blue Devils, number 42, Rufus Sanders, a 6'4 junior. They're coached by Drew Fountain. Their record so far this year is 2-13. And we will talk, Coach, in a minute about some of the teams they have played. But first, the starting lineup for your Speedway Sparkplugs. Nate Metallic, a 6'5 junior, is at 1 guard. He's the 3rd leading scorer for the Sparkplugs at 10.9 points per game. Also at guard, the leading scorer for the Sparkplugs so far this year, number 24, Reese Walker, a 5'9 senior, averaging 15.5 points per game. And Cale Bennett, the other guard, the 2nd leading scorer at 11.2 points per game, number 25, a 5'11 junior. Once again, Cale Bennett. Rounding out the starting lineup for the Sparkplugs is a 6'5 senior, number 30, Jackson Smith. And number 32, a 6'3 sophomore, Landon Short. Sparkplugs are coached by Charles Bennett, and they come into the game with a 3-11 record, or correction, 3-8 record, while Shortridge is 2-13. Talk a little bit, Coach, about the teams that Shortridge has played.
Yeah, Shortridge has played a really good schedule. I'm looking at any team in 3A that would go down this list and see how they would have done. They have lost at Attucks, at Roncalli, at Brebeuf. Chittard was a home game. Chittard's having a really fine season. I think they've lost 1 game up to this point. They lost at Lafayette Jeff, at Tinley. Bethesda Christian has a good team this year as well. And I guess a couple of things we talked about before the game. They beat Greenwood Christian, who gave us a pretty good battle earlier this year. But I think I talked to Coach Bennett about how hard it is last year and this year to scout teams, because you don't know if some of the players on the COVID list, as I looked at their statistics throughout the year, I only counted 3 or 4 players of theirs that have played in every game. So you don't know sometimes, and it makes it very difficult to scout. So a very proud tradition at Shortridge. They've won 10 sectionals, 4 regionals, a semi-state. I was talking to Steve Stocker, assistant AD, before the game, and he was recalling some of the games in the 60s that they won at the Fairground Coliseum. And if you're age challenged like we are, you'll know names like George Pillow and Oscar Evans and Clarence Crane and, of course, Senator Lugar. So very proud school. They've had about a 30-year break between hosting a high school, I think from the 80s to maybe about 2010 or 11. But they've been back in the IHSA here for about 8 or 9 years, and I look for a good game. I really do.
I think they were a middle school in between all that, and I think it's their baccalaureate school in IPS, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of smart kids there.
Oh, yeah.
And talking to assistant coach Mark Bailey before the game, he said that the first, I think he said 8 or 9 teams they played had a combined record of 46-12 at the time. So put an exclamation mark on a tough schedule at the start of the year. And now I have our national anthem. So once again, we look for a good contest tonight between the Shortridge Blue Devils and the Speedway Sparkplugs. Starting lineup, once again for Shortridge, number 1, Ethan Powell, 5'11" junior, number 1. Ethan Martin, a 5'9" freshman, number 3. The other guard, number 21, Josh Stigger, a 6-foot junior. Elias Diallo, a 6'3" junior, as a forward. And rounding out the starting lineup, Rufus Sanders, number 42, a 6'4" junior forward. And for Speedway Sparkplugs, at one guard, number 3, Nate Metallic, once again averaging 10.9 points per game. Reese Walker, the leading scorer, number 24, 5'9" senior, averaging 15.5 a game. Cale Bennett, the second leading scorer, number 25, a 5'11" junior. At forward, number 30, Jackson Smith, a 6'5" senior. And the starting lineup, other forward for the Sparkplugs, number 32, Landon Short, a 6'3" sophomore.
Tom, I was impressed when I got here at 5:30 that the workout that coaches of Shortridge was putting their players through before the game. Very organized, very intense. There was no goofing around. It was all game shots. You don't see that real often.
In fact, we've commented some of the teams we played this year I thought were way too lax before the year started, or before the game started, I mean, with warm-ups. Opening tip goes to the Blue Devils. Number 3, Ethan Martin with the ball. Poked away by Reese Walker. Blue Devils will retain the ball.
Shortridge struggled on the season shooting 28% from threes and 40% from the 2-point range. So probably it's their biggest challenge.
Speedway with their normal man-to-man defense. Jackson Smith gets the first rebound for the Plugs off the missed shot by Diallo. Nate Metallic on the drive. Shot misses, but tipped out of bounds by the Blue Devils. It'll be Sparkplug ball. Nate Metallic to inbound. Inbounds to Jackson Smith. Back to Cale Bennett. Coach Bailey said that their typical defense, a man-to-man, he said we'll probably start out in a zone. Ball goes inside to Landon Short, and he is fouled by, can't see his number yet, 42, Rufus Sanders, his first, and Short will go to the line. Landon has struggled from the line this year. Misses the first one. Long also on the second one. Coach, it's interesting. I know Landon Short was a pretty good free throw shooter last year. And not just Landon, but you see from year to year. And you'd think that once a guy got in a groove and muscle memory and so on, that good free throw shooters would remain good free throw shooters. Doesn't always work that way.
No.
Goes inside to Jackson Smith, to Landon Short, back out to Cale Bennett. Good ball movement, good shot, but it doesn't go in. Turnover by the Blue Devils. Reese Walker with the ball. Nate Metallic back to Walker. Three-point shot by Bennett, no good. Tipped out by Metallic, but it's intercepted by the Blue Devils. 21, Josh Stigger breaks the ice in the scoring. Almost 2 minutes gone in this first quarter.
Pretty obvious that Shortridge is going to try to push the ball. They had a couple of turnovers on bad passes on the fast break, but they finally converted one.
Diallo for a three-pointer misses. Landon Short comes down with a rebound. You know, we've talked so many times, Coach, about what's going on right now in the offense. They've got it inside to the high post one time to Jackson Smith. He got it down low to Short. Short kicked it out, and they had a wide open three, but that's the only time it's gone inside in 2.5 minutes of the game.
Years ago, I heard a coach say one time, I'd like to see a good zone offense. Well, what you just described is a good zone offense.
I know back in the 60s when I was playing for Coach Pollard, he felt like if it got inside the lane, you ought to score 60% of the time. Somebody should. Reese Walker is going to go to the free throw line. Foul is on 3. Ethan Martin, his first. The Blue Devils' second. But he was kind of a high post offense kind of guy, whether you're playing a man or a zone. It's not always going to be the guy it's thrown to originally to get in the post to score, but we've talked so many times about how the shots are so much better, whether they're perimeter shots or shots inside the lane when it gets inside the lane first, instead of just moving around the perimeter. Reese Walker hits both of his free throws, and we're tied at 2-2. Speedway with a little pressure in the backcourt.
Coach Bennett said earlier they were going to change up defenses tonight, and it's about the third time I've seen different things presented by the Plugs.
And that foul is going to be on Jackson Smith, his first, the Plugs' first. Shot goes up by Sanders, missed. Metalli gets a rebound down to Cale Bennett quickly. He misses the three. And that'll be Blue Devils ball. So we start out at both teams with Cole shooting, Coach.
And again, that's kind of, you get this deep in the season, you don't get a lot of outliers. If a team's shooting poor on the season, you don't get a lot of games where they come out and increase that a lot. So kind of what we expected.
And that's going to be the second foul on Rufus Sanders for the Blue Devils. So he tried to go over the back of Landon Short on the rebound.
A little bit of an extended zone by the Blue Devils on that possession.
And that's the third foul on Rufus Sanders. Landon Short will be at the line for 2 more. Hits the first. And the Plugs get their first lead at 3-2 with 4:11 left in this first quarter. Into the ball game for the Blue Devils, number 5, Terrence Meredith. Short hits his second as well. The Plugs lead 4-2. Long three-point shot attempt by Meredith is no good. Jackson Smith with the rebound for the Sparkplugs. Cale Bennett misses a three. Ethan Martin on the drive. No good. Nate Metallic with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Reese Walker. Into Landon Short to Jackson Smith. And he hits the layup with a nice pass from Landon Short. So Jackson Smith's first field goal. 2:55 remaining in this first quarter. Plugs lead 6-2.
And just as Coach Bennett had told us at the game, another change on defenses. We were in a 2-3 zone.
Again, once they've gone inside, they've done that twice. They got a wide open three from the corner that didn't go in, but the layup from Jackson Smith off the feed from Landon Short for the last plug field goal. Ethan Martin into Diallo.
And it's easier to see. And a block. What you're talking about is easier to see when we're sitting way above the floor, but you're exactly right. Getting the ball in the middle is never a bad thing.
That foul was on Elias Diallo, his first. Reese Walker back at the line for the Sparkplugs. In the game for the Sparkplugs is Eli Owens, number 22, and Eli Givens, number 20, replacing Jackson Smith and Landon Short. So the Plugs have become shorter with the two changes. And probably quicker, as I mentioned, a little shorter, but they've added some speed. Ethan Martin on the drive, stumbles. And Nate Metallic with the drive and the dunk. And it's 10-2 Plugs. Ethan Martin with the shot, no good. Inside to Josh Stigger, and he misses, but we're going to have a foul on Nate Metallic. So 21, Josh Stigger will go to the free throw line to shoot the first free throws of the night for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils are averaging 45 points on the season on a game and giving up 67.
Stigger misses his first free throw. Number 12, Israel Macon into the ball game, a 5'9" junior for the Blue Devils. And we've got a timeout, 30-second timeout taken by the Sparkplugs. So after a slow start, things have picked up a little bit, Coach. 1:53 to go in this first quarter, 10-2 the Sparkplugs.
Shortridge took the lead 2-0 to the 6:13 mark and have not scored since. We started the game off, I think, with 6 free throws made. I believe they're in the first 6 minutes or so. But again, Coach Bennett wanted to change up defenses tonight, and so far he has done that. Shortridge wants to get up and down the floor, and so far they've done that. So not a lot of surprises so far in the game.
Tomorrow night, for you Speedway fans, we will be back here to do the game on YouTube from Morris Pollard Gymnasium, as our girls will take on the Cascade Cadet girls, who I believe are like 17-4, have a really good team and a really good season so far. And it'll be a contest for second place in the conference, as both teams have lost to Triton Central and beat everybody else in the conference. Got to travel against the Blue Devils. It'll be Sparkplug ball out of bounds.
We'll talk a little bit also tomorrow night about the sectional draw for the girls and where they're going and who they're going to be going up against.
The bank shot by Nate Metallic is no good. Three-point shot for the Blue Devils. Kirtland Moore is no good. Blue Devils get the offensive rebound, however, and will continue the possession. Jump shot missed by Ethan Powell.
Good hustle, both teams.
Good hustle. You're exactly right. Both teams. And we've got a charge by Cale Bennett. His first foul. Might have been served well by giving that one up. Can't fault him for being aggressive, but it was a 2-on-1. Score stays the same, 10-2 Plugs. 40 seconds remaining in this first quarter. 2-3 zone by the Sparkplugs. Another rebound for Landon Short. Short goes to the basket, misses the shot, gets his own rebound, puts it back, misses again. Kicks it out to Nate Metallic. Ball was out of bounds. A couple shots inside the lane that time by Landon Short. Failed to fall. 16 seconds remaining in this first quarter. Terrence Meredith with the ball out front. Fadeaway shot no good, and the score after the end of the first quarter is the Sparkplugs 10, Shortridge 2.
As I mentioned earlier, the Blue Devils on the season shooting 28% from the three-point line, 40% from the two-point line. And after hitting the first shot of the game at about the 6-minute mark, have gone makeless for the last 6 minutes. So,
and they've had some pretty good shots, as have the Sparkplugs. And I don't know what their shooting percentage was, but they didn't shoot the ball very well the first half, or first quarter, excuse me. Coach will knock on wood, but up to this point, the Sparkplugs haven't lost a game yet to COVID. They've not been able to play some of the opponents they've had, but Coach Brian Avery, to his, or athletic director Brian Avery, to his credit, has found opponents for the Sparkplugs to play in games, and I saw they're going to make up the Eminence game. They have a date scheduled to make up that game. Into the Sparkplug lineup is Ashton Cornelius, a 6'3" senior, number 40. Jackson Smith back into the lineup for the Sparkplugs.
Shortridge back to their man-to-man to start this quarter after playing a lot of zone in the first quarter.
Nate Metallic for two. A little bank shot inside the lane for Nate, his 4th point on the night. Speedway back in a 2-3 zone. Long 3-point shot attempt by Ethan Powell, no good, but the rebound comes off to Diallo. He misses the shot inside the lane. And the ball is going to remain with the Blue Devils. Back into the Blue Devil lineup, number 3, Ethan Martin. Sparkplugs have gone man-to-man here on the inbounds. Now they fall back in. Nope, they're still in man. I thought they were going to go back into a 2-3 zone, but
Diallo with the ball right now is averaging 10. He's their second leading scorer.
Shot by Kirtland Moore misses. Jackson Smith comes up with the rebound. And a tip in by Jackson Smith.
Good follow.
And that's his 4th point of the game. And a timeout taken by the Blue Devils.
I think at any time this season, but especially we talked about the fact that we've got about 30 days left in the season and have about 10 or 11 games, so it's almost an NBA schedule. But I would think the closer you get to tournament time, you really like to see periods in games where you have 6 or 7 really good possessions in a row, whether or not it goes in, but getting that good shot. And that's kind of what you build toward, is how many can you get in a row where you really get great shots.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, that's something would be a great night to be able to work on that. They're leaving some holes in the zone, and we're getting some opportunities. And a lot of that also goes to about what the score is, how much time is left, whether it's a fast break. I mean, there's a lot of issues there, not a lot of things that affect that.
Speedway with some man-to-man pressure. Ball in the hands of Ethan Martin. 5'9" freshman for the Blue Devils, being guarded by Reese Walker. He puts it up, and we're going to have a foul on the play. And it's Reese Walker on the foul, his first. Team's 4th foul. Ethan Martin at the line for the Blue Devils hits the first one to break the ice for them in a long time.
Been about 8 minutes since their last score.
Misses the second. Nate Metallic with the rebound. Pass, errant pass. Blue Devils pick it up.
Good pass.
And we're going to have a foul on Nate Metallic. That'll be his second. It's on the floor. Blue Devils will have the ball out of bounds. Three-point shot attempt. No good. Metallic with the rebound again. Israel Macon on the shot. Nate Metallic on the rebound. Takes it coast to coast. Misses.
Good finish.
And a field goal by Ethan Martin for his 3rd point on the night. And it's 14-5.
Ethan Martin's averaging around 9 points a game. Has done a nice job here since he's re-entered.
Cale Bennett for 3, no good. Cornelius can't grab the rebound. Believe the ball was out of bounds. It'll be Sparkplug ball. Eli Owens returns in place of Nate Metallic, who's got 2 fouls. Once again, Coach, we're going all around the perimeter. There it goes inside.
Good.
Back out. Open shot, Reese Walker. No good.
But good possession. Nice little give and go by the Blue Devils.
We're going to have a foul on Cale Bennett, I believe. That's Bennett's 2nd foul. Plugs with 6 fouls now. Kirtland Moore at the line for the Blue Devils. Misses the first free throw. Eli Givens and Eli Owens replace Jackson Smith
Moore
and Ashton Cornelius.
Shooting 50% from the line this year. Only has been to the line 14 times.
Misses the second.
Wow, that was a good move.
A nice move by Elias Diallo for his first field goal. Cale Bennett with a missed shot, gets his own rebound. Jump shot, Reese Walker's good. Three-point shot by number 12, Israel Macon. The first three-point field goal of the night by either team. Reese Walker on the drive, scores again for his 8th point on the night. The Plugs lead 18-10 with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Rebound by Cale Bennett off the missed Ethan Martin three-point shot attempt. Bennett to Givens. Givens misses inside.
Would have liked to have seen Eli try to foul that shot up. I think he could have got a second shot.
A field goal again by Diallo. Reese Walker with a field goal.
Things are heating up.
Walker's 10th point, 20-12 Plugs, 3 minutes, 20 seconds left in this first half. Moore's three-pointer no good. Rebound comes down to number 12, Israel Macon. Errant pass on the part of the Blue Devils. Reese Walker on the jump shot, no good. Long three-point shot attempt by Ethan Martin. And he's got 6 points this quarter, and it's 20-15.
Yeah, we're not into the second half yet, but they haven't been real successful in the win column, and you don't want them to hang around any longer than what they have to. And so far, they're playing hard. For a team that's not won a lot of games, they were playing very competitive right now. Good drive.
Cale Bennett on the drive is fouled. Foul is on 52. Kirtland Moore his first. Team 6. Both teams with 6 fouls. Cale Bennett will go to the free throw line. Cale now 8 for 10 on the season. Free throws after that miss had been 8 for 9. Hits the second. And into the game for the Sparkplugs is Evan Smith, number 31. Evan's a 5'11" senior. Replacing Cale Bennett, who has 2 fouls. Diallo with a 3-point shot. Rebound comes off.
Tom, that's the third
in the hands of Terrence Meredith.
Third consecutive shot that the Blue Devils on their own end of the floor have rebounded and continued play with some second shots.
Plugs come down with the rebound. A little bit surprising, Nate Metallic back in the game with 2 fouls, but we've had kind of a lull in scoring, and I think Coach Bennett put him back in there to see if we can't get a little bigger lead at halftime after having a 12-point lead. We hit the 3.
The clock did not start, I believe. Now, I don't know if they're going to. We don't have well, we do have luxury to TV here, but I don't think we have luxury to replays, so we will not be able to rewind that. Looks like he took 3 seconds off. Well, as it continues now, maybe 5.
Unfortunately for the Sparkplugs, they hit a 3.
Yeah. Probably talking about how long, although I thought they decided on taking 5 off of the board. It seems like it was a little bit longer than 5 seconds. I don't know.
And I say this with tongue in cheek. Just go ahead and count the 3 and take 10 seconds off. And Eli Owens will inbounds. Eli Owens for 3, no good. Reese Walker comes down with a rebound, puts it back, misses. Josh Stigger with the ball, 21. Over to Macon, shoots and misses. Nathan Metallic with the rebound, takes it coast to coast. A nice pass to Eli Owens for the score. 23-15.
15 seconds to go till halftime. Looks like Blue Devils might be going for 1.
Diallo on the drive, misses. And that completes the first half with the score. The Sparkplugs of Speedway, 23 points. The Blue Devils of Shortridge High School, 15. We'll be right back with your first half scoring. Once again, we are back here at Morris Pollard Gymnasium at halftime. The Speedway Sparkplugs lead the Shortridge Blue Devils 23-15. Sparkplugs led 10-2 at the end of the first quarter. Both teams then scored 13 points the second quarter. For Sparkplug scoring, Nate Metallic has 4. Eli Owens has 2. Reese Walker 10. Cale Bennett 1. Jackson Smith 4. And Landon Short 2. For the Blue Devils, Ethan Martin, their second leading scorer in the year, has 6. Ethan Powell, their leading scorer in the year so far, has not scored this first half. Israel Macon had a 3-pointer, the only 3-pointer by either team the first half. Jai Stigger had 2, and Elias Diallo had 4 for the Shortridge Blue Devils. Coach, first thoughts on this first half?
I think, like we said earlier, I think we would be looking, if I was Coach Bennett in the locker room, pretty happy with our defensive play. We've given up 15 points, and obviously they're not great shooters, but still, 15 points, that's a pretty good defensive first half. I would be talking a lot about offensive efficiency in the second half. You know, not to just continue to be rated, but especially against their zone, the short corner is another fabulous place to get the ball. You get the ball there, which by that I mean I'm talking about from the bottom of the free throw lane to the corner. It's a difficult spot to guard, and it's an easy spot to pass out of. And so many times when the ball goes there, you can hit the high post rolling, you can reverse it. And so if I were Coach Bennett, you know, I would be talking about we need to do a better job offensively, a little bit more patience sometimes, and not just passing the ball around the perimeter, but looking inside and maybe getting a few more fast breaks as well. I think we can run with this team. They have the tendency to throw the ball away a lot. At least it looks like that so far.
Well, that's what their coaching staff said before the game. They've had trouble with ball possession. They've also had trouble with not consistently having the same lineup due to injury and sickness. So they will start back. 42, Rufus Sanders didn't play much the first half, not because he didn't perform well, but he picked up 3 fouls early in the first quarter. But they will go back with their starters, and the Sparkplugs go back with their starters as well. So 23-15 as we kick off this third quarter.
Now, all that said, what I just said, we're only 8 points ahead, which I think is really important that we build a little bit of a lead getting into the final quarter. This is not a team I don't think you want to let them hang.
Landon Short with the rebound on the missed layup attempt by the Blue Devils.
That helps.
Nate Metallic with a little mid-range jumper. Start the offense for the Sparkplugs. Speedway once again in their man-to-man defense. Shortridge tried to do exactly what we're talking about there. Went to the high post, tried to get it low. The pass was a little bit wide of Rufus Sanders down low, but he had his guy posted and had position down low. Man-to-man defense as well by the Blue Devils. Jackson Smith back to Nate Metallic. Metallic trying to get it to Reese Walker. And we're going to have a breakaway for Diallo. Elias Diallo with his 6th point on the night.
That will count.
We've got a field goal on a basket by Jackson Smith. Off the feed, I believe, from Reese Walker. On the pick and roll, Jackson will go to the line with a field goal and a chance for the old-fashioned 3-point play. He hits his free throw.
That was too easy.
Field goal by Rufus Sanders of the Blue Devils. Reese Walker on the drive misses. Blue Devils come down with a rebound. Diallo on the drive, misses, gets his own rebound and puts it back. So his 4th point of this half, his 8th point on the night. We're back to a 7-point lead. Travel called on Nate Metallic. 28-21, 5:40 left in this 3rd quarter.
Just as I had said, I thought we played great defense in the first half. I think we've been a little lax here to start the second half on the defensive end.
Missed layup, rebound by Landon Short. Cale Bennett for 3, and it's good. And that's his first 3-pointer on the night, his 4th point on the night. Plugs lead 31-21. Landon Short on the rebound. The missed Blue Devil shot. Takes it all the way, and he is fouled by number 42. That's Rufus Sanders, and that'll be his 4th foul. Landon Short is going to go to the line again. Landon there for 4 free throws in the first half. Into the ball game, Will Roberson, for the first time, a 5'10 junior, number 20. Coach, a little reverse psychology there. I talked about Landon Short after he missed his first 2, struggling from the free throw line. He's now hit 4 in a row. Maybe I should have said that earlier in the season, but a nice job by Landon Short. Nate Metallic with the feed to Reese Walker, no shot available.
This matches the largest lead for Speedway tonight at 12. Had that lead at 14-2 earlier in the game. Time to keep the foot on the pedal and set little goals. Next goal, 15 or 16 ahead.
Cale Bennett on the drive misses.
Good drive.
Diallo with the layup. His 6th point in the quarter, 10th point on the night. Back to a 10-point lead by the Sparkplugs. Nate Metallic for 3 misses. Reese Walker keeps it alive. Jackson Smith. Back in the old days, Coach Jim Crumley would say, get a stick and beat it to death. That ball was all over the floor. About 10 different people touched it, and the Sparkplugs came up with it, and Coach Bennett called a timeout. So Speedway leads 33-23, 3:55 left in this 3rd quarter. And like you said earlier, Coach, I think they need to emphasize on offense, being patient, getting good shots, and try to build on this lead. Shortridge, we said, has struggled to score during the year, but the longer they hang around, the more confidence teams get.
You know, I know one game this year we were talking about points per possession. I've just been reading more and more about that collegiately, and that's offensive efficiency. And you know, you strive to get over 1 point per possession in every game. And what are some of the things that can really hurt that? Turnovers, poor shots. What can help it? Offensive rebounds. It's another area here that I've noticed in the last quarter and a half, we've given up 4 or 5 offensive rebounds. And for a team that doesn't shoot very well, that's probably the last thing you want to do.
Cale Bennett for 3, and that's good. So Bennett's hit 2 threes here in this quarter. Plugs now with their biggest lead,
yep.
I believe.
Yep.
Believe we're going to have a foul on Jackson Smith. Yes, that's his second. And Ethan Powell will go to the line, their leading scorer, who has not scored on the night yet. He puts in his first point.
Ethan's averaging around 12 a game. Also a couple of assists and 4 rebounds, so he's well-rounded.
Hits the second free throw. Nate Metallic misses. This quarter has been pretty much one shot. Either hit it or Blue Devils are going to come down with a rebound.
Yep.
Good ball movement by the Blue Devils. Three-pointer bounces around. Nate Metallic with a rebound. And we've got a jump ball. And it'll be Sparkplug ball. 36-25, 3:03 remaining in this third quarter. Walker down the lane. We're going to have a foul on number 20. Will Roberson, his first. Walker's going to go to the lane for 2 free throws. Walker with 3 field goals and 4 for 4 from the free throw line on the night. A leading scorer for the Plugs.
Not surprising that Reese has been to the line now over 50 times, given the fact that he's really good at penetrating and taking it strong to the basket. And he's also hitting 73% of his free throws. So.
You know, the 2 keys you said there, penetrating, A, B, going up strong, is what leads to free throws. Trying to avoid contact is what leads to missed shot attempts. Had a lane violation against the Blue Devils.
That's the second time tonight that the Devils have been in the lane before the free throw. The first time, I think it was Landon Short made the free throw so that we didn't have to.
Walker capitalizes on that mistake and hits both free throws, 6 for 6 for the night, and 12 points for Reese Walker.
That was a good
nice jump shot.
Yes.
Good form, Ethan Powell, his 4th point. You don't want him to get going. No. Nate Metallic with a little 15-foot jumper for his 8th point on the night. Diallo takes it to the basket, gets fouled by Jackson Smith, his 3rd. Diallo at the line to shoot 2, hits the first. There was a case of not moving your feet by Jackson Smith, picked up his 3rd foul as a result. Eli Givens comes in and replaces him.
Diallo's shooting 60% from the line on the season.
Landon Short comes down with another rebound tonight. Plugs lead by 12. Into the ball game for the Sparkplugs, Eli Owens replaces Landon Short. And like we said in the first half, we just got shorter and quicker. Landon Short's done a great job rebounding. Nice inbounds play to Eli Owens, for his 4th point on the night. I like shots from that distance, Coach. In the same way with Eli Givens, as we said just a moment ago about Jackson Smith. Didn't move his feet. Will Roberson is going to go to the line for 2 free throws. Misses the first. Hits the second. 42-29, a 13-point lead for the Plugs. 1:30 to go in this 3rd quarter. Reese Walker on the 3-point shot. Owens comes out of bounds. We would have had a jump ball, but his foot was out of bounds, so the ball will go over to the Blue Devils. Coach, I'd like seeing Reese be a little more patient there. I think he's like 1 for 8 or 9 on the year from 3. That's not the shot that he usually shoots.
Completely agree with that, and that other cases tonight as well. Shortridge real aggressive defensively, and that can lead to easy shots with more patience.
Diallo's got 9 points this quarter, number 25.
And that is Diallo's average on the year per game.
Also into the Elias Diallo with his 3rd foul. Reese Walker back at the line for the Sparkplugs. Back into the lineup for the Blue Devils, number 21, Jai Stigger. Walker misses his first free throw of the night, but Eli Owens comes down with a rebound.
Good move, good move.
Walker slides to the basket with a left-handed layup. 45-31. Nate Metallic with the block. Cale Bennett for 3. Misses, it hits the basket support.
We have 18 seconds to go.
I was just getting ready to say I'd like to have moved that ball around and ended up with the last shot of the quarter, so you had at least a 14-point lead.
Maybe 16 or 17 now, as opposed to maybe 12 or 11.
And a timeout. 13.8 seconds taken by the Blue Devils.
Kind of an odd time for a timeout. As you said, 13.8 seconds to go before the end of the 3rd quarter.
I think that's their 3rd timeout, if I'm not mistaken, and I could be. Diallo has really hurt the Sparkplugs this quarter. As I mentioned a moment ago, he's got 9 points this quarter, 13 on the night.
And even he has only played, I believe, in 8 games this season, so roughly half.
For the Sparkplugs, Reese Walker has 15, 5 coming in this quarter on 3 of 4 from the free throw line and a field goal. He's the leading scorer for the Plugs. Nate Metallic has 8 at the time. Eli Owens has 4. Cale Bennett has 7. Jackson Smith has 7. Landon Short has 4 for the Sparkplugs.
Well, let's see if Shortridge set up some sort of a special play in the timeout. Down to 10.
So into the third quarter, the Sparkplugs lead 45-31.
Midway through that quarter, Speedway stretched the lead out to 13, and up 14 now, but the last part of that quarter basically was back and forth. You know, I mentioned earlier about at this time of the year trying to string together really good offensive possessions, 5, 6, 7 in a row. Same thing goes for defensively at this time of year. Seeing how many possessions in a row that you can string together where you really lock down, only give them one shot. And as you get toward the end of the year, closer and closer to sectional play, those are the things that are going to win for you. You know, Coach Bennett talked before the game about, and he does all the time, about running good half-court offense. Increasing the number of times you do that really gives you a better chance to win. And we've had 2 or 3 in a row tonight. I think, Coach, we had a technical foul there right at the end of the quarter. I saw the Shortridge coach on the floor talking to the official. I didn't see the actual signal for a technical, but we're beginning the fourth quarter with a couple of free throws. I think he was questioning perhaps a foul on the other end of the floor that was not called. But that stretches the lead to 16, so. And now as Shortridge down 16, going to have to take some chances. Gives us the opportunity to get even better shots than what we've got in the first 3 quarters. That was good defense by Shortridge. It doubled up on the dribbler on the wing and never got rid of it.
Ethan Powell misses a jump shot. Metallic comes down with a rebound. Bad pass by the Sparkplugs. Good ball movement by Shortridge. A block shot by Nate Metallic. Bennett on the drive, and he hits it. Cale Bennett with his 11th point. Errant shot by Eli Owens, and Landon Short grabs the offensive rebound and puts it back for his 6th point. The Plugs are out to a 20-point lead. Will Roberson with his 3rd point on the night. We've got a foul on number 1, Ethan Powell. And that's the 6th foul on the Blue Devils. Next one will put the Sparkplugs in a 1-1.
I think back over the years of teams that I remember that were really good in 4th quarters. The Lagodi Lions back in the 70s. Once they got the lead, they never gave it up. Connerville Spartans, when Basil Mobby was there, they got the lead. Not that they did not only not give it up, they built on the leads. And that's what good teams do.
That's going to be a foul on Cale Bennett. That'll be his 3rd. Ethan Powell is going to go to the line for the Blue Devils.
I remember one year in the state finals, and I would say the year, but it was a long time ago. But Lagodi was playing Columbus North, and it was a clinic in the second half. It was just great shot after great shot, possession after possession. It ended up being a 20, 25-point win. As a coach, you just love watching those types of performances.
Ethan Powell with the foul. Jackson Smith returns for Speedway. Reese Walker heading to the line.
Jackson Smith back in the lineup for the Sparkplugs. Reese Walker made a lifelong living at the free throw line tonight.
And the other thing that he does, we talked about earlier, but a lot of times he stops, goes up with 2 feet, and that's something a lot of high school players don't do. You see the ESPN highlights and off of 1 foot and whatever, but your percentages go way up. I know Villanova does. One team I watched specifically do a great job of just going up off of 2 feet every time.
Walker now 9 for 10 from the free throw line on the night. Landon Short misses. Nate Metallic tipped out by Jackson Smith. Landon Short comes up with it. Good offensive rebounding that time.
And now run a good one here and make them pay. It's disheartening when you play great defense and give up a second shot.
Coach, I'm not sure he traveled. He dove on the floor after the ball, but he didn't move. I guess he traveled. The official called traveling.
And it is, I guess.
I didn't see him try to move to gain advantage where he was, but a shot by Andreas Wiggins misses. A timeout taken by the Sparkplugs.
Full timeout taken by Speedway.
Plugs lead 4:31 remaining in the ball game, 53-36.
Not sure. I always like to try to wonder why the timeouts are taken and what's being said, and every timeout has a reason. Sometimes it's a stop or run. In a case like this, we're up 17 with 4:30 to go. Probably exactly what we've been talking about. They've committed 7 fouls. Opportunity for us to get to the line. And again, you talk about points per possession. That's the easiest way to get them, is to go to the free throw line.
Absolutely.
Good. I just want to watch here to see if we do anything different offensively. I know we have a 5 open offense, which gets everybody spread out on the floor.
Well, the original starting lineup is in the ball game for the Sparkplugs. And with one exception, the starting lineup for the Blue Devils is Andreas Wiggins is in, who did not start the ball game. Gets it inside to Nate Metallic. Pass from Cale Bennett. Metallic scores, and that's his 10th point on the night. So all 3 guys averaging in double figures for the Sparkplugs on the season are now in double figures tonight.
The last possession for us ended up with a basket. We got trapped in the corner, and we pulled a dribble up, and fortunately we're able to make a good pass inside.
Foul's going to be on Nate Metallic. That'll be his 3rd. It was on the floor. That'll be the 5th foul for the Sparkplugs. Will Roberson with the ball to Diallo. Same drive as he had last time. Misses. Nate Metallic comes down with a rebound this time.
There was a lot of contact on that play before the foul was even called.
Foul was on Diallo, his 4th. Kirtland Moore comes in for Diallo. Not quite sure why Diallo's going out. 3:43 left. He's our leading scorer right now. It is his 4th foul, but Metallic capitalizes by hitting the first of his free throws. Misses the second. Jackson Smith trying to get the rebound, goes off the rim. Reese Walker with a rebound off the Shortridge miss. Nice back cut by Landon Short, and nice for him to get that pass. Nate Metallic for 3, and he makes it. Walker out to Metallic in the corner, makes another 3. And that's his 9th point this quarter, his 17th on the night. Jackson Smith with a block. Reese Walker, 3-point shot, misses. And Will Roberson scores, and we've got a timeout.
Nate Metallic tonight has a
We have a technical foul, I believe, on 25 of the Sparkplugs. .208 left in the game, 62-38 in favor of the Sparkplugs.
as I was going to say there, Nate Metallic, I think, has had a really good offensive game tonight. He had that dunk earlier in the game, and you could kind of see it kind of started to spur him on. But that said, there are going to be games where that's not going to happen, and you got to do other things to get started. Get a rebound, take a charge, get a steal, help a teammate on defense. I think sometimes I hear collegiate coaches talking about that all the time. You don't play through your offense.
We've got several new players in for the Sparkplugs. 40, Ashton Cornelius. 31, Evan Smith. 52, Creighton Bennett. Eli Owens, I guess, was already in there, and Reese Walker, the only starter in the lineup. Number 12, Israel Macon, will shoot free throws.
That's only
Coach Fountain knew exactly who to put at the free throw line with both free throws made. And the ball out of bounds for the Blue Devils. Israel Macon on the missed shot. Eli Owens comes down with a rebound. Ball goes to Ashton Cornelius, knocked out of bounds by the Blue Devils. It'll remain with the Sparkplugs.
It is 22-point lead. Still a little surprised to see Shortridge continue to play into the zone. Good offense there. Get it.
Ashton Cornelius with the miss.
Good drive.
Nice layup by 20, Will Roberson. His 7th point on the night. Cornelius with the miss. Creighton Bennett with a rebound, puts it back and in. Stigler comes down with the rebound and hits a shot. His 4th point on the night.
Another back
goes inside to Creighton Bennett again for his 4th point. A 3-pointer by Will Roberson. And that completes the game. The final score, the Sparkplug 66, Shortridge 47. We will be right back with your scoring and a talk with Coach Charles Bennett. We are back here at Morris Pollard Gymnasium in Speedway, Indiana, where the Speedway Sparkplugs defeated the Shortridge Blue Devils tonight 66-47. First, the leading scorer for Shortridge, Elias Diallo was our leading scorer tonight with 13. Will Robertson had 10. For the Sparkplugs, Nate Metallic had 17. Reese Walker had 17. Cale Bennett had 11. Eli Owens had 4. Jackson Smith had 7. Landon Short had 6. And Creighton Bennett had 4 for their total of 66. So once again, a 66-47 victory for the Sparkplugs. We're privileged tonight to have 2 seniors on our basketball team here this year to come up and visit with us for a minute. Ashton Cornelius, 6'3" senior. Eli Givens, 6'1" senior. And I want to start by asking you, first of all, Ashton, tell me your class schedule, first period through 7th.
First period is French. I take French, so, Second is AP Government, and, that's one of my favorite classes. Mr. Todd, he's really into it, so, he's like a really good teacher, and, yeah. And then I got AP Environmental Science, AP Language, weights, econ, and trigonometry. So.
Is econ an AP class?
No, it's just a regular
Okay,
class.
so you've got 3 AP classes.
Yep.
Pretty tough schedule.
It's all right.
You last year, I'm going to ask you a question that I won't ask Eli. You went to Ben Davis last year, correct?
Yep.
Tell me something good and something bad about Speedway High School versus Ben Davis. Something you like and something you don't like about being here.
At Speedway, the teachers are they have time to help you if you need help. There's only 500 kids here. At Ben Davis, there's 4,000, so the teachers really don't get one-on-one time. The bad thing is classes are longer here because there's only seven periods, and then at Ben Davis there's 11, so yeah, that's really it.
So fewer classes but longer classes.
Yeah.
Okay. And you said favorite class is Mr. Todd.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of seniors would say that. We've had,
Yeah.
I visited when I talked to all the seniors in your English class when I came in. I've asked kids about favorite teacher. Mr. Todd seems to be a guy that appeals as fun, but you learn a lot in his class.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go next to classwork over here with Eli Givens.
First period, I got trigonometry. Second period, I got environmental science. Third, I got AP Lang. Fourth, I got Spanish 3. Fifth, I got weight training. Sixth, I got econ. Seventh, I got AP government.
So a couple AP classes for you as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
Plus third-year Spanish.
Yeah, tough class.
I never got
Yeah.
that far. I stopped at 2. I couldn't conjugate verbs and everything else in Spanish. So
Hardest part.
you're smarter in Spanish. I won't speak any Spanish to you because I don't know it. Favorite class?
Favorite class, it's in between AP government and weight training.
Okay.
Because in weight training, I could just lift weights and have fun with my friends. And then AP government, it just Mr. Todd, the way he teaches the class is just way better than any other teacher that I've ever had class with.
Okay.
Yeah.
Good for you. I want to go back to, you mentioned weight training.
Mm-hmm.
This is the first year we've had that. Mr.
Yep.
Nyland's, I assume, makes you work and
Yeah, for
people
sure.
feel like they're getting stronger. I know Speedway won an award
Yep.
for that class, and that goes to all the students that are in there too, because obviously a lot of people are learning a lot and getting stronger from his class. So congratulations on that. Favorite teacher?
Mr. Todd.
Mr.
Mr.
Todd.
Todd, yeah, for
So
sure.
he wins 2-0 out of this group in terms of favorite teacher. We'll ask you first, Eli. Next year, you're going to walk across the stage, and we don't know yet whether it's going to be in the gym or it's going to be in the auditorium. We hope it's here and we don't have COVID again and something else happens. But and I know that there's some special things coming up that the Indianapolis Motor Speedway is going to do. Not graduation won't be there, but they're going to do, which will be a little different. You'll be the first class to experience that with Roger Penske as a new owner. When that's over with, when you walk off that stage right now, and you may change between now and the end of May, but as of right now, what's your plan for next year?
I want to go to college and study business management and entrepreneurship because I've always just wanted to have my own business and run my own clothing line or something like that. So that's in the interest. And then I don't know which college I'm going to yet, but I do want to go run track too.
What are some possibilities? What are your thoughts about?
I don't know. Marion University, IU, Purdue Northwest, and then Franklin or Trine.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's a good selection and a good group of schools. Hand it over to Ashton. Next year, you can walk across that stage in May, be a spark plug forever instead of a Ben Davis Giant. Talk to us about what are plans for next year.
Next year, you know, right now I just plan on hopefully basketball, but if that doesn't pan out, you know, going to school, physical education, you know, health teacher, something like that. You know.
Okay. Teacher. Yay, Mr. Probst.
Yeah.
Maybe a teacher in the future.
Good.
Impacting
We
young
need 'em.
kids.
We
Yep.
need them.
Coach, your question.
Yeah, guys, I know you multi-sport athletes. You played, and probably not just in high school, but probably even growing up, little leagues and things like that. And we always talk about how education is that end of the building, which is the classrooms, and this side. And sometimes in classroom, it's not always that interesting, some of the things that you do. But in sports, you can get emotional. You can have a lot of things happen. You learn things that way. Give us an instance or something that you've learned through sports. It could be any sport at any level where you say, this is something I'll always remember and I'll use this and it'll make me a better person.
You know, actually this year, you know, I'm not getting much playing time, but you know, that's not stopping me. You know, I just come to practice every day, work my hardest. You know, just try to show that I'm a good basketball player. You know.
You know, everybody on the team has a role,
Yep.
and I knew of a player one time that went to Kentucky who probably never hardly got to play, but his dad told him, I want you to be the best fourth guard in the country. And you can be the best at whatever it is, no matter if you're on the floor or whatever. So
Yep.
that's good. Eli, how about you?
Honestly, I feel like I played a bunch of sports. So and no matter what sport it is, there's gonna be like times where you mess up and you have like failures, but you just have to like learn from that and just keep going. So like in basketball, you make a bad play or you miss a shot. Okay, you miss a shot. Like okay, think about that. But then you go to the next play. It's a different you got to go to the next play. So and then football, same thing. You make a bad play. Next play, you got to get back on defense and play. And then track, if I run a bad race, and I know the next race has to be better. So it's just always trying to be better no matter what.
You know, both of them have mentioned something we've talked about up here, and that is it's not how you handle the good times that's important. It's how you handle the bad times. Anybody can handle when you make the touchdown or when you make the tackles. What do I do when I get beat and I give up one? What do I do when I think I should be playing and I'm not playing as much? You work harder.
Exactly.
Work as hard as you can, and it's how those are life lessons of how you handle the bad times that are as important. You know, I used to tell my players when I coached here that a lot of times guys that don't start are the most important people because it's their attitude that determines what the team's attitude is. If you got a cancer in the locker room, it affects everybody when you don't have the right attitude.
Exactly.
And you probably played on different sports teams growing up where there were some people with bad attitudes. Life has all kind of things that you're not going to enjoy. It's not the way you want it to be. How do you deal with it? And it sounds like both of you have learned the lesson. I've had to deal with it when it wasn't the way I wanted to be, and I didn't quit. I didn't mope around. I didn't start using swear words. I didn't hit somebody. I didn't, you know, I kept inside that I'm not happy with the way stuff is, but I'm going to get through this. And that's a life lesson in a job and a marriage and a variety of ways. And so I appreciate both your answers because they're
good.
important lessons to learn that not everybody learns. And sometimes the guys that start and play all the points, they don't learn that lesson. And the guys who don't have what they want all the time do learn it, and it's a valuable life lessons that sounds like you two will carry through, that sometimes the stars on the team don't learn that and will fall down and stumble and won't know how to get up later. So congratulations on your answer. Appreciate both of them. Coach Bennett?
Yes. You guys can go. All right, thank you.
Quick look here, Coach, if you haven't looked at the
Okay,
scorebook.
I took a quick glance, but yeah.
66-47, and the three people that have been in that double figures all year were in it today for you. Thoughts about the game?
Just right off the top, real proud of our second half. I thought in the first half, obviously, we started off struggling shooting the basketball. Cale Bennett, obviously, he's shooting almost 50% of the year from behind the arc, missed his first 6. I thought he continued to battle, but second half I thought was really good. We came out, had an 8-point lead at halftime, and just continued to stretch it out, got defensive stops, rebounded. Obviously, shots started falling. And I thought for the most part we stayed fundamental and stayed together. So I was real pleased with the second half, and I think we talked about tonight trying to get on a roll, trying to get our 4th victory and then rolling through. We go to Cascade on Saturday, so just trying to do that. So real proud, and I'm glad for our kids too, because I told Mr. Probst before the game, I said our last 3 practices, we came back Saturday after Tri-West. That was a tough game. Didn't shoot the ball real well. We came in, and for an hour and 15 minutes we charted every shot. We shot 491 total shots. We made 251, so we were over 50%. We charted every shot in practice, and that's all we did. And then Monday came back, put in a game plan for Shortridge. We said we wanted to make sure we limit their straight line drives to the basket. We only give up 7 of those. We had 2 guys unofficially now in double-figure rebounds. Landon Short had 14, and Nate Metallic had 10. So we wanted to out-rebound them, and then we wanted to limit our turnovers. We have for 9. So it's a tribute to our kids, the 3 days of practice we had leading to this. Now we want to have 2 more and then play another game. And then, we're down to 18 practices and 10 games. That's all we got. So, yeah.
And we talked up here that in terms of games, your season, you almost got half the season left in games.
Yep.
You talked about Cascade. Tell us a little bit, and it may be I don't know whether you personally scouted them or not, but I know that's a tough place to go play.
It's going to be difficult. I think they're right around 6 and 9. Coach Murley's in charge of that scout this week, but I have seen them a couple times on film. They shoot the 3 really well. A lot of perimeter guys, so we're going to do some things to try to combat that. And like you said, it's a tough place to play, and they'll have a good crowd there. It's usually their winter homecoming or whatever when we go out there, which is fine. But I do like the gym, and their coney sauce is excellent out there, so we'll see what happens.
Last question, a couple little things. We got some special things coming up in February at home. Do you want to lead us into that?
There's going to be a lot of things that are going on in Speedway basketball. I'm real proud of us, always trying to get the community involved. So on the 3rd of February, we're going to play a home game against Covenant. We're going to recognize our junior high teams. Our 8th grade just went 15-2, got to the Final Four in the county, finished second in the conference. And our 7th grade did a nice job this year, so we're going to recognize them. And 2 of our 5th and 6th grade teams are going to play at halftime. On the 5th against Lebanon on the afternoon, another 5th and 6th grade are going to play. And then we'll get down to where we'll have our senior night on February 18th. So the 5 seniors, you've talked to 4 of them so far. We'll get Reese up here at some point. But we played Bethesda Christian that night. It's going to be a great night for senior night. We're looking forward to all 5 of those guys starting. It's nice to only have 5. I've had years when I've had 6 or 7. But so all 5 of those guys will get to play. And then on the 19th of February, we're going to do, it's our 20-year anniversary of our state championship team, 2002. So we're going to recognize them, but we're also going to recognize the other 11 sectional champions. So I think I got this right, 48, 50, 52, 55, 65, 73, 2001, 2002, 13, 14, and 15. 12, 13, 14. Yes, so I think that's all 12. So we're going to recognize all those teams as well. So we're hoping that Mr. Crumley can get well enough to come, and then I think Phil Brumley is still living from that 48 team. So we may have every member represented for every sectional team. So we're looking forward to that. So if anybody's out there and you know anybody that played on those teams, have them contact us or just show up on the 19th at 3:30 cafeteria, and we'll go from there.
That's an afternoon game.
That's an afternoon game. Yes.
Correct.
Yep.
Well, from Morris-Pollard Gymnasium, once again, the Sparkplugs win 66-47. I want to first of all thank Coach Bennett, who not only is a varsity basketball coach, but the class valedictorian of Speedway basketball history, top of the class and knowing the history of Speedway basketball. Also want to thank Brian Pierce, Bill P., and Bill Stennett tonight for making it possible to bring you this ball game. Once again, Sparkplugs win 66-47. On behalf of Ron Probst, Charles Bennett, myself, Tom Smith, have a great evening, and we'll see you the next game.